Hello students, welcome you all. So today we are going to learn about congruency of triangle. So before going to triangles, we'll first learn what is congruency. Okay, before going to congruency, we'll also see some examples. Here you can see two stamp. Two stamps are there. You must have seen stamps that we use in the letters to post. Okay, na? So these are the two examples of stamp. Now you can see these two stamps are exactly same, exactly alike, exactly same. If you put this first stamp on the second stamp, it will supersede or it will exactly fit on the other. And also you can see the figure inside this first stamp is also exactly same inside the second stamp. So we can say these two figures or these two stamps are congruent. Okay, na? These two figures or these two stamps are congruent. So what is congruent? Congruent you can say exactly equal. Okay, na? Then we'll move to some other examples. Here you can see two blades. Two blades are also, if you put one blade on another blade, you can see they will exactly yes. So if you put these two blades on one another, they will exactly coincide. Similarly, biscuits, if you put one biscuit on another, they will also exactly coincide. And if you compare the two biscuits, they must be on of same measures. Two dolls also of the same company, you can see they are also of same measurement. Now we can say these figures are congruent. These two blades are congruent. These two letter pads are congruent. These two biscuits are congruent. These two dolls are congruent. Here in these two stamps are also congruent. Now congruency of plane figure. We have drawn two figures, figure I and figure double I. If you put this figure on this figure, they will exactly coincide. Okay, na? That means this end will exactly be there on this end and this end will exactly be there in on this end. If you put one figure on another, isn't it? Therefore we can say these two figure will be congruent. Okay, here we can say f1 figure and f2 figure. We'll write f1 is congruent to f2, or in other words we have a short form for congruent. What is that? This one, f1 equal to sign and just a bend line like this. Okay, so this figure is called the symbol of congruent. F1 congruent f2. Look at the figure again, equal to and okay na, like this. So this is the symbol of congruency. We can say f1 congruent f2. Okay, similarly we'll move to some example of lines. Here we have drawn some lines here. Suppose length of AB is equal to say 5 cm. Length of CD is equal to 5 cm. Okay, can we say AB and CD are congruent? Yes, we can say. I will say AB line segment will be congruent to CD line segment. We can write it like this. Here you can see PQ is a line segment and RS is another line segment. Can we say PQ and RS are congruent? We can't say, they are not congruent. But if the length of AB and length of CD are exactly same, then we can say AB line segment is congruent to CD line segment. So when two line segment will be congruent? When their length is equal. When the length of two line segment, you can write it down, when the length of two line segments are equal, we call these two lines as congruent. Here you have, if two line segments have the same length, they are congruent. Or in other words, also if two line segments are congruent, they will have the same length. Okay, then we will move to angles. Here you can see there are some angles. Four numbers of angles are here. First angle is of 40 degree, then another is 40 degree, another is 30 degree, and again last one is also 40 degree. Here can we say this angle and this 40 degree and this 40 degree, all three are congruent? Yes, we can say. How? See, in this angle BC is a ray. What do you mean by ray? Ray can be extended up to any extent. We can extend it up to any infinity. BA is an ray. We have given a symbol of ray. That means BA can also be extended like this. So angle can be look like this large, this much large. Okay, na? You can see there is a large angle, but the measure of the angle is 40 degree only. Okay. Here it is also the same. In the figure 2, that this angle Q is also 40 degree, but the length of the rays QR is little smaller than BC. As here you can see BC is larger ray. But the QR RQP angle, this angle is 40 degree. Here the angle is 40 degree. Here also the angle is 40 degree. Therefore, we can say these II and IV angles are congruent. Okay, na? But angle III, here you can see it is 30 degree. If you will extend this and this ray, can it be 30? Can the 30 be 40? No, angle cannot be increased. The rays can be increased, but angle cannot be increased. Okay, na? So here we can say angle CBA, angle CBA, or you can write ABC, is congruent to triangle RQP, isn't it? Or angle RQP is also congruent to angle ZYX. So when two angles are congruent, if the measure of two angles is same, then we can say two angles are congruent. Here, if two angles have same measure, then they are congruent. In other words, if two angles are congruent, their measures are same. That means if measure are same, then congruent. If congruent, then also measure will be same. So now we'll move to congruency of triangle. Here you can see we have taken one triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Okay, you know that what are the parts of a triangle? There are AB side, AC side, and BC side. Similarly, here are three sides. Three angles are here: angle B, angle A, and angle C. Here angle Q, angle P, and angle R. Okay, these are the parts of this triangle. If suppose angle A is equal to angle P, suppose you can say angle A equal to angle P, angle B is equal to angle Q, and angle C is equal to angle R. Similarly, AB is equal to PQ, BC equal to QR, and AC equal to PR. If this condition arises, then we can say, that means what we have written, all the three sides are equal and all the three angles are equal to of other angle. Then we can say triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle PQR. So ABC, you can give the symbol of triangle. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. But here there is a important thing, that what we have to see, we have to see correspondence. Another term arises. Correspondence. What is correspondence? That is related. You can say A is corresponding to which point here? P. We can write it like this. A corresponds to P. This symbol is for correspondence. This symbol. That means A is corresponding to P. Q. B. B is corresponding to Q. B correspond to Q. C. C point is corresponding to R. Okay na? So these are the correspondence. Okay. Again I will draw another triangle. Let's see whether there are some triangle or not. Okay. Let's draw another triangle. Here suppose we will draw one triangle A, B, C, another triangle P, Q, R. Okay, suppose angle A equal to say 30 degree, angle B equal to angle level at 70 degree, and angle C equal to 80 degree. Here angle Q equal to 80 degree, this angle equal to 70 degree, and angle P equal to 30 degree. Similarly, AB equal to here suppose 5 cm, here PR equal to 5 cm, and QR equal to say suppose here 8 cm, here QR equal to 8 cm, AC equal to 7 cm, and here PQ equal to 7 cm. Okay, now can we say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR? Look at the figure. Here you see three sides 8 cm, 8 cm, here 7 cm, here 7 cm, here 5 cm, another side is 5 cm. That means 5 sides are same. 5 angles also same, 30 degree, 30 degree, 80 degree, 80 degree, 70 degree, and 70 degree. So, but here we have to see one more thing. Here we have to see correspondence. So, you see that point A or angle A, you can write A is corresponding to which part? A correspond to 30 degree here. Here it is 30. So, A is corresponding to P. Similarly, B is corresponding to what? B is corresponding to R, you can see. 70 degree, here it is 70 degree. So, B correspond to R. C is 80, Q is 80. That means C corresponding to Q. C correspond to Q. Similarly, you can show the correspondence of these sides. AB, look at the figure AB will correspond to here it is AB equal to 5. Here you can see 5. AB will be correspond to PQ. Similarly, you can write BC. Say BC will correspond to here 70, 80 here, and this is 8 cm. Here 8 cm, 70, 80. That means RQ. BC will correspond to RQ, not QR. Huh? Because B point is corresponding to R and C point is corresponding to Q. So we can say BC is corresponding to RQ, not QR. That is why we have written RQ. And finally AC. AC will corresponding to, look at the figure. ACA. A is corresponding to P and C is corresponding to Q. So AC correspond to PQ. Now you say ABC. ABC is corresponding to what points? So you A is corresponding to P, B is corresponding to R, C is corresponding to Q. So ABC corresponding to PRQ, not PQR. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PRQ. PRQ. If you write ABC congruent to PQR, then it will be wrong. It will be wrong. Why? Because you can see A is corresponding to P, B is corresponding to R, C is corresponding to Q. Therefore, this will be the right statement. Please keep in mind. Okay. Okay. So there are some examples. You please try this example. Now we'll move to the exercise. Exercise 7.1. Here we have the exercise. Please complete the following statements. Two line segments are congruent if what? If all their corresponding parts are equal. If all their corresponding parts means sides and angles, parts are equal, then only two, oh sorry, it's line. So I was talking about triangles. Here you have line. Two lines segments are congruent if what? If their length. Line segments are congruent when lengths are equal. If the lengths are equal, then among two congruent angles, one has 70-degree measure. The measure of the other angle will be what? Same 70-degree. Okay. Now, when we write angle A equal to B, we actually mean what? Angle A is congruent to angle B. Isn't it? When their measure are equal, then we can say two angles are congruent. Okay. Now, question number 2. Give any two real life example of congruent shapes. You can give two blades of same company. Then we can say two pens of the same model, same company, isn't it? Then we can say scale. Use the scale, use the protractors. They are if they are of same company, same model, they are congruent, isn't it? Then postal stamp. That are the example that is in your book. Postal stamp of the same type. Postal stamp. So these are the real life examples. Now we will move to question number 3. If triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FED under the correspondence ABC corresponding to FED, that means look at it. A is corresponding to F, B is corresponding to E, and C is corresponding to D. Write all the corresponding congruent part of the triangle. Very nice. You can write angle A will correspond to angle F. Angle B will correspond to angle E. Here angle C will correspond to angle D. Similarly, write AB side. AB will correspond to FE. BC will correspond to ED. And AC will correspond to FD. Similarly, you can write A point. A point will correspond to F point. B point, B vertex will correspond to E vertex, and C vertex will correspond to D vertex. So these are the corresponding parts of each triangles. Now we'll move to the last question. If triangle DEF is congruent to triangle BCA, write the parts of triangle BCA that correspond to this. Okay. Read it again. If triangle DEF is corresponding to triangle BCA, write the parts of the triangle BCA that correspond to these. Okay. For this, you can draw a triangle, or without drawing also you can say. Here angle E. Look at the figure. Angle E. Look at the question. Here angle E will correspond to this C. So you can see angle E will correspond to angle C. Similarly, EF Locate it. EF will correspond to CA. CA. Similarly, angle F, locate it. Angle F will correspond to angle A. Correspond to angle A. DF, locate it. DF. DF is here. DF will correspond to BA. So this is the end of BA. This is the end of this exercise. Please complete it and submit the copies. Okay. Thank you.